Welcome. Today we will talk about one of many examples of exploitation and violence that occurred around the world in the 1880s, but more specifically about the Congo Free State, also known as the CFS. The CFS was a territory in Central Africa that between 1885 and 1908 was controlled by Belgian King Leopold II. According to the Britannic editors, this region, the yellow on the historical map, became one of the most extreme examples of colonial abuse. Before colonization, the region that's now known as the Congo was home to highly organized societies such as the Congo Kingdom in the west and the Luba and Lunda states in the south. Their political structures were with kings, social hierarchies, and internal rivalries that gave life to the region. Politically speaking, Leopold II claimed that he wanted to open the African interiors to European trade, but the true motivations were for his own economic greed. As noted by Britannica editors, Belgium, but more than anyone its King Leopold II, wanted access to rubber, ivory, palm oil and the mineral-rich region of Katanga, especially its copper. These natural resources were extremely valuable in global markets. This was one of the main reasons why King Leopold II wanted to claim their territory as his own. To gain full control of the territory, King Leopold II established what Britannica editors describe as direct colonial rule. The Congo Free State was not governed by Belgium as a nation, but it was created as Leopold II's private property, managed by European investors under his personal authority. At first, treaties were signed with local rulers, but very quickly Leopold II's true intentions were shown, as he took enforced control through violence by his private army, the Force Publique. With all this, forced labor very soon became a norm in the system.
The consequences of the Belgian King Leopold II domination were absolutely devastating. This was because to maximize rubber production, the colonial regime used terror and force as a tool to control the Congolese villagers. According to Britannica editors, Congolese villagers who did not meet their rubber quotas were beaten, lashed, or mutilated to show their power and make sure the Congolese villagers knew what would happen to them if they didn't meet the quotas. Entire communities were forced to collect rubber, ivory, and palm oil under the threat of violence. There were many forms of exploitation and violence, such as forced labor, beatings and lashings, mutilations, executions, and even the destruction of the whole village. Leaders who tried to show any kind of resistance were executed, and the presence of the force publique created an atmosphere of fear between them and the Congolese. Traditional political structures were weakened, as local authorities were destroyed or adapted to the Belgian king's terms, causing deep social disruption and unsettlement. Although resistance within the Congo was brutally repressed by force publique, international pressures began to become crucial. When reports, testimonies, and photographs of the things that force publique, which was commanded by Belgian King Leopold II, was doing in the Congo territory reached Europe, human rights activists founded the Congo Reform Association. As the Britannica editors explained, this organization exposed the cruelty of what was happening in the Congo Free State to European and Belgian audiences. Public outrage grew rapidly, eventually forcing Leopold II to hand over the territory to the Belgian government in 1908, bringing an end to the Congo Free State.
Even after the Congo Free State ended, the effects of violence continued for some time, and left some big repercussions. One of the most shocking and important was the enormous population loss. According to the Britannica editors, the population dropped from around 20 million people to just 8 million people in around 20 years. To give you an idea, that's around 68 people per hour. The death of 12 million people meant that many stories, language, traditions, and knowledge had been lost, and they could never be recovered. This left a deep wound in the Congo's national identity. The Congo still struggled for independence, as the fight for it intensified after 1959. When the Congo national movement emerged, protests erupted in Kinshasa, leading to violent confrontations with the Belgian forces for independence. As the Britannica editors state, Belgium responded quickly by agreeing to independence, and the Congo finally became an independent republic on June 30, 1960, getting its official name, and as it is known today, of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Colonialism continues to influence political instability, inequality, and identity. Struggles in former colonies understanding this story allow societies to demand justice, preserve memory, and rebuild identities that colonial violence attempted to erase. And also to realize that forceful colonialism has never been good. This could be appreciated mainly on all the cultural loss that the Democratic Republic of Congo had because of this colonialism past.